You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and the door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. She is. I'm sure of it. Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about...
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have... Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never...
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive! The blade! Move the blade!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butcher. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it. You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the... I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder, and as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how... We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job, and... Those are two very different questions, but let's say for a moment that this really is. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died. The absolute irony. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good... Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts. Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place... Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, of course you're look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell. You haven't given us an ounce of... What proof? Literally... You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence." Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. You mean you're on... Exactly. I think we've got everything. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into... Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her... Great. I'm not so sure running away is the best. Seriously? You're just... Thank you. Good. Going back to the cabin is the only way we can... She will lie. She will cheat. Yes, don't believe a word. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Just ignore this clown and focus. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like the only furniture of note is an iron table. The blade is your... He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on... There's death. There isn't. I think you... Let's not get caught up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look. Whatever it is, he must not... Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hoped it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll find... So focus... I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation. Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that. Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon. Because unless you've just... Peachy, okay? Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. Wonderful. You do exactly that. Don't worry about it. We have a knife. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving the door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. Her voice, harsh but controlled,
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you. The heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining them. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, What are your intentions for me? Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in... It's complicated. Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically... The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot, a contingent for you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than...
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods?
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. And... maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. That's I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that, exactly, he gets it, you're lucky, so don't waste...
Moving on, why is it important for us to be...
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into your success hinges on you just give it a rest.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. Nothing happened. You died, I went upstairs. I couldn't leave, and now you're back.
Is that really...
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things...
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something.
I guess it's possible she...
I don't know, but you could... maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't... I wouldn't do that.
And what?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one...
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need...
But what if he's telling that
he isn't?
I am? Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess... I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just
fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you... And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and...
excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch?
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. No. Nope.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you...
This is so... There must be something we can do.
But there isn't. Time, it passes and passes. At least the world is... It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and... But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does...
It just...
But...
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside until suddenly there are no walls. And then...
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror. He is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have.
There's something dreadful about it.
You're right.
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. This one is determined, but also cautious. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. How can the world have... I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. I promise. She is... You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another? You are the only thing. The space we're in is... Nothing. As we are, there is no... Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I have not lived. You ask of things that cannot be done. How can I know? Everything. Then we will be here forever. If you need time, you are as I am now. And forever is I am not you. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? If you close that box, will you become another you in another? You'll always...
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and you're here to slay her. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If any... Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up. We're not going to go... Ignore. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor of the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds, don't let it fool you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me...
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
You step forward. Your grip.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that's so, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you head... You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to keep...
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes. Even as she lays there dying. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing. But is it over? It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but we should make sure. What's the harm in... I really don't think you should do... And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess... Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't, but that day isn't. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from... Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone... This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or... Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here for... I do, but the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing... He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take... Do you not? There's more for us to do. and the... Don't you... How astute. You are absolutely correct. In a sense, we die, but I know this is out there, but that little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. What a relief. I suppose we've got all more happy time passes. Please shake the little voice. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Are we really happy? Good, because the blade. I can hear everything he's right. Do you hear? Do you not? Don't you? Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the bed. The princess's body is dust and bones. Though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine, you pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing. You're on a path. You're here to slay. A warning. She will lie. She won't. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs. The blade is... It feels like no one's been here for a long... Like I've been saying. She's dead. We killed her already. You walk up to the wall next to the base.
What are you talking about?
You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was... And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer work. You take the blade from... The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky... The room, but nobody's as much as... I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body.
Okay.
It's just like I told. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head, two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous... And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Oh. Wow. How
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she... Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means...
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many...
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
This isn't a solution. Nobody wins.
You're
Oh, she's upset.
you're abandoning me here?
It would seem so, yeah.
After everything you've done to me, you've chosen to do more?
The princess starts to float erratically from side to side, her cold.
What if I just leave me then? And I'm really just going to be stuck here forever.
No! No!
She's about to try something.
The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh. You turn and face her as she hovers. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest.
Are we doing the right thing? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow,
Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I...
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her.
Then I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then
yes?
nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? And yet it didn't.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next. The horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rent.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't...
She's real now.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound, but it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart.
Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand.
You're on a path in the wood, and here we go again. Off to slay her. Again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think, come on, let's not get... Yeah. And what if there isn't? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The power... Okay, so you've already been here. Nobody here is screwing with you, and well, we killed, and why?
Because you decided to fall.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd...
The ending...
Well, of course we weren't at...
Yes.
Even though, whatever you did the